tired last night.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Hello, what was it like? How did you on it? You have a good time when you were out. You don't need to tell me what that lot's on about.
Has she come back yet?
Well, it doesn't look like it. I've just been over to Vestry.
No answer?
Quiet as a grave.
Do you think she's still in Blackpool?
Well, if she is, a night out will have done her a world of good because it must be donkey's years since she did have one. Any road, it was her own silly fault she missed that coach back.
Dear, I hope nothing's happened to her for all our sakes.
Now, look, you don't want to get worrying yourself about her because if there's one woman in this world that can stand her own corner, it's Ena Sharples.
Well, there's one thing certain, we'll never hear the last of this.
You know who shall blame for this, don't you?
Who?
You, of course, that's who.
Nay, Annie, it weren't my fault.
Whose fault was it, then?
Well, it were a kind of joint operation, me and old Swindler.
That's right, blame Mr. Swindler.
Well, it were as much him as me.
Well, it's a mystery I'll never unravel. How 30-odd people could travel all the way from Blackpool to Coronation Street without noticing that Ena Sharples wasn't with them is something I'll never understand to my dying day.
Well, you know how it is on Sharrows.
Oh, I know how it is on Sharrows. I know only too well how it is on Sharrows. You're going to tell me that nobody noticed because you were all too happy. And I use that word for want of a better one.
Well...
Well, if I were you, I'd emigrate.
I don't know what you're worrying about. If she comes back, and that's the end of it. Yes, that's just what I was thinking. Oh, well, come on, then. Oh, just a minute. I want a date powder. Hurry up, then.
Oh, what's they like? Yes.
Just a minute, love. I'm still in Mr. Tatlock. Oh, I just want headache powder.
Oh, well.
There you are, love. Thank you.
You better give me one of them powders. The headache will come later.
Oh, it's no laughing matter.
I
Don't stand me up.
Well, laughter's you good now and then. And it's the best laugh we've had around here for some time. Yeah, you know, it strikes me that you need a bit of protection, you do.
Ah, well, I do at times. Mind you, I've got plenty of company at the moment.
Ah, I know. Well, you know, I've been taking it very seriously, Florrie. Why don't you just take in a lodger?
A lodger?
Aye, a lodger now. Don't crack on, you don't know what it means.
Oh, I couldn't.
What do you mean you couldn't? Here, I'll tell you something. It's been as good as the tonic I've in our valley looking after me, and I'm not kidding you. So you advertise for a lodger. You know, someone like yourself, and that one will look after the shop and give you a hand.
Well, I must say I haven't thought about it. But there's one thing getting a lodger in is getting out of it again when you're fed up with them, isn't
You're
it?
right there.
That'll be 9 and 3.
There you are.
Now then, what's the matter?
Oh, I was just thinking somebody in Blackpool had the right lodger last night. Hey, she's here. Hey, what's up?
They're evacuating, and well they might. Well, don't just stand there. Let me down, can't you?
It looks like
Oh,
it.
don't go.
Hello, Mrs. Sharples.
Hello, Mrs. Sharp.
Oh, we're just talking about you. Go on, say it.
Well, as a matter of fact, we were.
And I suppose you've been charging admission.
What, do you know?
Oh, you don't doubt. I charge him for that mother's meeting you've been holding, discussing the affairs of last night. Or was it the smell of your bacon that got them all rushing out of the shop like scalded cocks? And here, while you're standing there, go up and change that. I've got some tipping to do. And you smile to the side of your face before I've finished with you. And give me a 2-shilling piece.
There you are. That's 10 shillings. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
And don't you set foot outside the shop. I'm not finished with you yet.
What's she doing on the lorry?
I don't know, love, but we're going to find out.
You needn't have bothered.
Well, you don't to look at it. You had to come round this way, hadn't you?
Aye, more or less.
Well, you've lost that. And don't spend it on beer. Buy something them kids of yours have been telling me about for a change.
Aye, I'll do that.
Aye. And just before you go, I didn't like to say anything about it on the journey because I don't all be back street drivers. But when you see signs round sides with 30 on, it means you can't go more than 30 miles an hour.
I'll remember that.
Yes, you do. You've got a family to think about. And see about them grapes when you get back. They're enough to make your hair stand on end.
You know, between you and me, I think you're sorry this is over.
Over? Don't you kid yourself, young fella. It's only just starting. Whatever's the Ena Sharples doing on that lorry?
Come and stand here, Mrs. Walker.
What for?
You'll soon find out.
Now, what have you got in the marmalade line, Florrie?
I've got
marmalade and you can forget it. I'm sure we're all very pleased to see you're safely back, Mrs. Sharples. Oh, yes, Mrs. Walker. I'm back all right, in spite of other people's plotting. And don't think you'll finish with me, Albert Taffet, because you haven't. And you can tell that husband of yours I'm back and all. My, she's back with a vengeance, isn't she?
See, you've heard about it, have you?
Yes, Jack kept me up half the night telling me about it.
But you haven't heard the best. She come back in that lorry.
No, wait till I tell Jack that. It looks as though she's been dragged through a hedge backwards. And she's not the only one who's made a night of it by the looks of things. I just came past Esther Hayes. The curtains are drawn. Milk hasn't been taken in yet.
I'd forgotten all about Esther. Hey, I'll come back for my bits and pieces.
I'll save them for you. It's very treacherous at this time of the year, isn't it?
Hello. Oh, hello.
I'll just put these milk bottles down, then I'll come up and see you. Hey, you're a right one, aren't you?
I just couldn't get up this morning.
Well, in that case, you'd best stop where you are. And I reckon I'm safer here if it comes to that.
Safer?
Ah, Ena Sharples. She's back. And on the warpath. But I don't suppose even she'd think of looking for me in the ladies' bedroom.
Oh, well.
Never mind about our Albert. Hey, how long have you been like this?
Oh, I've had a dreadful night.
Have you got any pain?
No, I just got a thumping head, my arms and legs like lump spikes.
Sounds like a real dose of flu to me. Hey, we'll have the doctor in on this
I'll
lot.
be going mad at work.
Work, never mind work. That'll be here after you've gone. You look, I'll tell you what. When I go down to the doctor's, I'll give them a ring and tell them what's happened. So you lie here and just take it easy. And understand this. You've got the best nurse in Coronation Street on this job.
There you are, and that's how it's done, you see. A good long steady pull and then just top it up. And there you are. And I seem to have been spending the best years of my life saying that.
I hope that remark wasn't directed at me. It's not me that drives him away, you know.
Nay, Annie, now...
I shouldn't take any notice of Mr. Walker today, if I were you, love. He's not quite at his best. He's expecting a visitor.
Oh, it's heaven working here after old Swindley's sweatshop. And I'm getting £1 a week more, and all.
I hope Mr. Swindley didn't mind you giving such short notice, love.
We didn't stop to find out. I mean, there's no point, is there? To get fed up with the place off it, that's what I say. I mean, I've seen girls at the factory working a week's notice. They never lifted a finger. Might as well have gone right away and saved a week's wages.
Well, I hope you wouldn't think of leaving us quite so suddenly, would you?
Would I? It's ever here.
Well, it might be more like the other places Mrs. Sharples comes in. I'm sorry you have to face this on your first day, Doreen. I didn't want you to be plunged into unpleasantness quite so soon. But if Mrs. Sharples does come in, be very, very careful. Especially if she goes in the snug.
I saw a film on television once. It were a cowboy. Two of the heroes were sitting in this public house.
They don't have public house in Cowboy, they have saloons.
Saloon, then. They were waiting for the villain to come in.
What made you think of that?
I don't know. The villain got killed.
Oh, you'll be lucky.
Oh, I'm frightened.
And so you should be. After all, it was your fault she got left behind anyway.
Oh, don't start on that again.
Well, it were. The last words she said to you were, don't forget to tell that coach driver to wait for me.
Oh, I don't know how you could say such a thing. It was you she said it to, not me.
Oh, no, it weren't. She was looking right at you when she said it.
Oh, yes, but only because I was standing in front of you.
Well, there you are, then. I suppose your head was so full of the nonsense that fortune teller told you about your visit from the boat from the Blue that you went and forgot all about it.
Oh, I'm just dreading what she's going to have to say when she does come in.
Aye, I'll have 2 paper colours and a pair of brown bootlaces, please.
Mixing your drinks.
What are you doing here?
I happen to be working here.
Hey, what's happening? I know, Mr. Swindley started getting fresh.
No, as a matter of fact, I found out he was interested in another woman. So I left with a broken arm.
Oh, it makes you sick, doesn't it, love, eh? Hey, hello, Annie, love. I see she's back. The toast of the transport caps, the bell of the A1.
If you mean Ena Sharples, I know she's back. I've had the pleasure of meeting her.
By gum, there's going to be some heads rolling today. I'm not kidding you. I'll tell you right.
I'll have a milk stout, please. Certainly, Mrs. Sharples.
I'll have it in here. And don't tell me it'll cost me a penny extra because I know I'm prepared to make some sacrifices. It's not my place, you being the landlady, but there are 2 in your snug who come under the heading of undesirable elements. And if mental age was to count, they're too young to serve.
Oh, I can't sit down, you fool.
When I ask my friends to tell the driver to wait for me, I expect them to tell him. But oh no. Some folk have no concern but for their own pleasure and not for the likes of me. Some folk wouldn't do you a good turn if you were on your deathbed.
We thought we saw you, Ena. We thought you were in, Ena. We thought we saw you, Ena.
As I was saying before that squeaking started, I was left on a freezing cold pier. I had to take refuge with the police. I finished up in that flecky lodging. And I had to come home, not in the comfort which I'd paid, but in a potato lorry. Well, that's all finished and over. Some folk have lost a very good friend, but I don't suppose that'll worry them. And I've got no more to say. But if I do any more drinking, it'll be dandelion and burdock in the sanctity of my own vestry.
You can stop playing hide and seek. She's gone.
Ooh. I want a dandelion and burdock.
For you?
Who else? I'm not keeping any, but as far as I know.
Oh, I was just rather surprised, that's all.
You can take it out of that. What's happening there?
I'm just writing out an advert for myself.
What are you wanting?
Well, I'm thinking of taking in a lodger, but I'm a bit stuck on what to say.
Oh, give it over here. I'm no sooner back than I'm wanted. Is that all you're putting on it? Respectable lodger wanted?
It does sound a bit cut off, doesn't it?
Cut off, I'll say it. Oh, it's Mutton Jeff again. Go on, you can serve him.
Oh, I know, Valerie. No, love, there's been no reply to your advert yet.
Not one?
Well, I only put the card in yesterday.
Aye, we thought we might have been lucky. Come back again tomorrow.
Oh, of course you can, love. But you'll just have to be patient.
You lads still looking for lodgings?
We are that. Do you know of anywhere?
Well, I thought you might have asked the Lord Mayor to let you share his parlour with him.
It's not a bad idea. Wouldn't mind keeping him there, would you, Phil?
Hey, you want a lodger, don't you?
Yes, of course.
Well, then.
Oh, but I wanted a woman.
Oh, you're all right with them there, harmless enough.
Have you really got a room going spare?
Well, only one.
Oh, we don't mind sharing, do we, Phil?
Suit us down to the ground. How about it then?
Oh, well, you've put me in a fix. All right. Come round tonight and we'll fix up the details.
We'll be down like a shot, and thanks very much indeed.
Oh, we're very grateful
Aye.
to you.
You've got me to thank for it, haven't you?
We won't forget it neither.
Oh, so you don't. And another thing, don't let me have you under your feet all the time you're around here. I don't want to get you under my feet every time I turn round, and you can make a start by getting your hair cut.
Hey, where does she live?
Just across the road.
Oh, heck.
3 or 4 days in bed and at least a week off work should fix
I
it.
can't stop office hours there.
Oh, why not?
We're very busy.
Now, listen to me, Esther. I've no doubt you're very important to them, but do you really think the whole organisation will go to pot if you're not there for a week?
Well, no.
No. So you stay put.
I feel such a fool being ill.
Oh, what's so special about you? Do you realise it's the only way some people can get a good rest? Now, tell me this. Who's going to keep an eye on you?
Half the neighbourhood will be popping in.
Ah, fair enough. Well, there you are. There are your notes and your prescription. You can get one of those neighbours to have it made up for you.
Mr. Tatlock said he'd go to the chemist for me.
Ah, did he? Oh, Mr. Tatlock, that's right. He told me to tell you that you phoned through to your work.
Oh.
So don't worry. They know you haven't run off for the takings.
Couldn't do much good for them if I had.
Oh, well, there's a simple answer. Do what I told you. Do you understand?
Stop.
And while I'm mine, no cold drinks, only warm ones and plenty of them. And stay up here, eh?
So well, Mr. Tatlock's got a key.
Good. Now, you stay where you are. I'll see to it. Oh, now, you no need to look at me like that, man. I'm only the doctor.
I came to see Miss Hayes. My name's Foley.
Ah, hang on a minute. There's a Mr. Foley here to see you. Shall I bring him up?
Oh, yes, please.
Up you come, now. Aye. Well, she's not much to look at the moment, but a wee bit of kindness and lots of rest will work wonders.
Make it worse.
I work with Miss Hayes.
Oh, that's all right. You don't have to explain to me. I'm the doctor, not the minister.
Oh.
Well, I'll leave you to it. See you the day after tomorrow. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye.
How are you feeling, Esther?
Not too good.
I feel a bit guilty about bothering you last night.
Oh, no. Sit down, Brian.
Oh, thanks. Oh, I brought you these.
Oh, they look lovely.
And as a matter of fact, I was wondering if, if you could help me with that Collins account. I brought the papers with me.
Bella did a death in me.
It is a bit sharp.
Which is more than you are. Now what's the matter?
I'm in the doghouse.
I'd send him out with a list and look what he brings back, a tin of toffee. Well? It was coffee. I thought it was a bit funny when he asked for it. Do you want me to change it? No, it doesn't matter. Uncle can pay for it and I'll eat it.
Ah, she's got you weighed up.
She doesn't know.
Well, you want to do the coffee?
Just a small thing.
Well, I haven't unpacked the brand yet that you like.
Oh,
I'll
it
go and
doesn't
get
matter. Don't take me a minute. Coffee.
Are you meeting anybody tonight?
Who do you mean?
Nay, I don't know all your boyfriends.
Oh, yes, you do. The answer to your question is very likely.
Oh, I thought perhaps you might be taking a rest after last night in Blackpool.
Why? What happened last night?
I don't know. I never followed you.
No, I never followed you either, but I've heard some tales.
Oh, so they've been talking about me, have they?
Talking? I had Mrs. Bickerton under the dryer this morning. Oh, she said I was surprised that uncle of yours going into all those horrible shows on the Golden Mile.
What horrible shows?
Now, you needn't look like that, Uncle, because she saw you going in.
She never saw me doing anything of the sort. You play me leg. Oh, you're the chip off the old block you are, and no mistake. Oh, hello, Mr. Swingley.
Good evening, Mrs. Lindley not with us?
Just popped in the back.
Oh, yes. Do you happen to know if Mrs. Sharples has returned?
Oh, aye, she's back. You crossed the road, haven't you been?
No. I thought it best to inquire as to her mood, and I thought perhaps Mrs. Lindley might be able to help me.
Oh, I shouldn't wait for her. I can describe Ena's mood to you.
Yes. I gather from your tone, Mr. Tetlock, that it can best be described as uncooperative.
If you ask me, it's on everything.
Oh, dear. There was a particular duty I wished her to perform.
Oh, across at the mission?
Yes. A most unfortunate set of circumstances. You know, it's customary to hold a monthly meeting of the trustees at the house of the chairman. A more convivial atmosphere, you understand.
Oh, aye. And you can keep 'em out of Ena's road that way, eh?
Quite. But tonight of all nights, that isn't possible, and we've got to hold it at the mission.
Oh, well, then, the best of British luck.
Yes, thank you very much indeed. You're quite sure she's in?
Oh, aye, she's there, all right.
Thank you. Good night.
You mean to have been so cheerful about it? Who paid the bell?
It was only Mr. Swingley.
Oh, what did he want?
I think he went after a box of chocolates. He's just gone to see his girlfriend.
Uncle.
Get away, you boys. Come along now. There's the doorstep.
Oh, so it was you playing marbles, I might have known. I was going to pay you a visit.
Oh, really? How nice.
You wouldn't have thought so.
No. Perhaps I'd better acquaint you as to the purpose of my visit first.
Yes, I think you better add. You probably won't get a chance later on.
No, could we,
No, we couldn't.
It is rather windy out here, you know.
Yes,
Mrs.
the windy
Sharples.
is still by the time I've finished with you.
Yes. Now, Mr. Sharples, owing to unforeseen circumstances, the monthly committee meeting of the trustees will be held here tonight, commencing at 7:30. We shall require 2 long trestle tables, 12 chairs, a similar number of glasses, and some water. Thank you very much.
Oh, no, you don't. Right, we'll see to all that, what I heard of it. Now you've had yours, say I'll have mine. 5 shillings.
5 shillings?
Trip to the lights, 10 shillings, wasn't it?
Yes, that's correct.
Return.
Oh, I see your point.
Aye, you'll feel it and all if you don't fork out.
This, of course, is a matter for the committee.
It'll be another matter for the committee and all if they come find this place in the tip tonight, and I wouldn't be above telling them why.
5 shillings.
Hello. Hello, Annie. Jack, go ahead.
Good evening, Len. Sounds a bit breezy out there.
Easy, it's blowing a gale out there. Been on wireless, you know. Aye, Hurricane Ena.
Hurricane Ena, eh? By gum, you can say that again, too.
Oh, no, you can't. We've exhausted that topic.
Yes, there's a bit more in the paper tonight about that takeover bid, you know, for brewery. Is it definite now?
No, not to my knowledge, but I hear the shares are going up like mad.
Won't make any difference to us, will it?
Oh, it just makes it look a bit more definite, that's all. Trouble is, you don't know who you're going to get. Some of these new fellas have got fancy ideas, you know. They might be wanting us to sell sandwiches and hot dogs and such like.
Good idea, as long as it helps you sup up another pint.
Well, it might seem a bad idea to you, but if they've got that in mind, I'm not going to be bothered with the nasty greasy things.
Oh, well,
Think again.
I wouldn't mind having a few shares myself if there's any going, I can tell you. There's no safer than beer to put your money in. You ought to know that, Len.
Know it? What do you think I've been doing for the last 15 years?
Oh, good evening, Mr. Foley.
good evening.
It is Mr. Foley, isn't it?
That's right. Hello.
What can I get for you?
I was wondering if you had a small bottle of rum to take out.
Oh, yes, I think I can fix you up.
It's for Miss Hayes, as a matter of fact. I thought it might do her good with a little hot water.
Do you know there's nothing better? The minute I feel a cold coming on, it's the first thing I have. And it'll be 4 and 6pence, please.
All right.
How is Esther tonight?
Oh, she's a bit better than she was this morning. Not quite so feverish.
Oh, have you been there all day, then?
Oh, no, I went round first thing this morning when I heard she was ill, and I just popped in tonight to see how she is.
She'd appreciate that very much, Mr. Foley.
Well, you've got to rally round when there's illness about, haven't you?
You have that, and I only wish a few more men in the world had the same sort of ideas as you have, Mr. Foley.
Well, good night, Mrs. Walker. Good night.
Good night.
Ta-ra.
And who was that remark meant for?
But if we're talking about remarks, that was hardly tactful of yours about him being there all day, was it?
He's a bit of a mammy, lad, that bloke, isn't he?
Oh, so I've heard. I do hear his mother has him running all round the house, doing everything but bark at strangers.
Do you think you'll ever make a go of it with Esther?
Well, funnier things do happen, don't they? I don't know. Seems to be a hotbed of romance here. So look at that couple over there in the corner knocking it back.
Who?
Why, your pal Bill with Elsie Tanner.
Well, that's no skin off your nose, is it?
I didn't say it was.
Just because two people are sitting in a quiet corner having a quiet drink doesn't mean there's anything going on between them, you know?
Hey, there, lad, there's no need to take it like that, Len. I didn't mean out. Same again.
No, I've had enough then.
Oh, what's the matter with them tonight?
I don't know.
Come to think of it, you've been a bit quiet, no?
Did it bother you?
Oh, no, they say it's a sign of true friendship. But when I think about it, when our Linda was courting, if I couldn't hear them talking, I used to wonder how friendly they were getting. Well, go on, have a good look.
Take your eyes off them, can't you?
I think they're being watched.
So?
I didn't say I minded.
There's too much talk goes on in this place.
About what?
Well, we have been seeing a lot of each other.
Oh, and if anybody says anything to me, I'll tell them to mind their own flaming business. You haven't heard me complaining, have you?
No, me.
Well, that's all right, then. You know, if I were her age, I might ask you if you were serious.
Yeah, well, if I had his cut, I might say... Yes, I am. So where's that?
Well, it's hard to say. I don't know very much about you, do I?
Where do you want me to start?
Oh, well, if any storytelling starting about lives, you'd better start on mine. A few people around here could tell you a few things about Elsie Tanner, and they could go on for hours, including my own two kids.
Well, I'm a rotten listener.
Looks as though we're going to remain a couple of mysteries then, doesn't it?
What's that?
Well, if that's the way you want it, that's all right with me.
Same again?
Yes, I think those are the main points, dear. Always a smile, serve them in order, and watch your change. Now, is there anything you want to ask me?
When's payday?
Oh. Well, Friday, if that's all right to you.
What time on Friday?
Well, what time would suit you best?
Well, could I have it when we close at dinner time? Then it'll give me a chance to do some shopping in the afternoon. It was dead daft at the factory. We used to get paid on Friday afternoon. And at 5:45, it was one mad dash to the shops. Used to finish up buying some dead stupid things. Just because you were pushed into it, you know.
You don't have to spend your wages on Friday, you know, Doreen.
1 milk stout, please.
Better return to Mrs. Longhurst.
All right, yeah.
Now what's up?
I'm just wondering if she's ever heard of work. Oh, dear, look what's happening.
Get away from there, Robbers. Give it a chair, someone, quick.
Hey, Minnie, what?
Come on, sit down there. Give her that chair, quickly. Oh, let the dog see the rabbit. Come on, sit down. You're all right, love. You're all right.
Oh,
Don't...
no, just a minute. Oh, dear, love, what have you
I'm
been
all
doing
right,
to yourself?
really.
What's happened
I
there?
found her outside Florrie Lindley's. A slate fell off the roof. He must have hit her.
Oh, gum, she's lucky, then.
Whatever's happened? Oh, heavens above.
Oh, it's all right, Martha. It's my visitation from above.
Oh, heaven help us, she's rambling.
What's up in here?
Oh, I can't stand it.
Oh, don't be daft. Get her some brandy. Get some brandy, Jack.
Oh, what's she clutching her chest for? Have you heard that as well?
Did she act? She's getting for her insurance policy. She gives them in the background then.
Here, brandy.
Here. Get that down here. This is a judgment, you know. You want to watch yourself and all.
It were a slate.
A slate? Then there's some compensation due to you, and I'm the one to get it for you.